Hey, what's going on, YouTube? That's right, it's your boy again, back at it at Gungeon Lich Slayin 9000. It's got a little bit of an accent this time. We're on a streak of 164 out of... I feel like... Why do I have the urge to say out of blank now? That's terrifying to me. Reality's predetermined, I'm just living it. Let's roll our die. What's free will? We got ourselves a 2. Anyway, we're a knight. Let's ignore the morality questions, ignore the existentialism. We're playing the game with the cute little bullet boys with the face that's smiley and you hit them with a bat. That's what's important right now. Also a streak of 164. We've been having some clean runs. Dare I say, too clean of runs. Like, it's a little quiet, it's quite too quiet kind of situation, you know? Something like that. Like, it's the calm before the storm. I can't think of, I don't know. I'm sure there's more. The bubble before the, I don't know. I got nothing. I was gonna make one up, but the only thing I could think of is the bubble before the mac and cheese, but I'm cool with that. That's a good thing. Unless you are lactose intolerant. But then you don't have to eat the mac and cheese, you know? Feel me? We got the backpack. We don't have a long-term spacebar item yet, so like I don't really care about that. It's not a thing that really concerns me. We've been getting a lot of launts on the first floor. This the Matrix? Has long been incepted into my mind? What's happening here? Oh. Always coming back to you, baby. Alright. Anyway. Never mind. My heater's not on. It's freaking me out. It's freaking me out. We got one key. We probably shouldn't have done this, but you know what? It worked out really well. The Rattler is a banger supreme. At least it's a banger supreme for the first floor and a banger for the run. Banger for the run, banger supreme for the first floor. 20 going on, 20 going on, 30, 30, 30. You know. What was that? Bizarre. Tempted to get the blast helmet, like, against all logic and reason, because it does give you contact damage immunity, gives you a shield, so it's like, it's worth the price of a shield, you know, already, sort of, right? Yeah. Like, if you would buy a shield, blast helmet's not that much more expensive. You do get the ability to do a little bit more damage with your roll, which might help you in some situations if you're just, like, paying attention to it. All in all, it's probably not a big deal, but the contact damage thing might just save you from harder so of damage. It all depends. Hey, we like them. How much is it? 35 versus 25. So yeah, it's like you're paying for a shield. Wait, it gives you a shield, right? I'm not crazy for that reason in particular. I don't think. Okay, so if we can, we should try to swing, keeping them both poisoned, spreading the plague. Oh, oh, look at all that damage just from the poison and the accidental damage. Ha ha! That was not even close at all. I think he's still poisoned because of the bubbles above his head, but he's just trying to mask it. It's okay, man. You can be sick. Don't have to protect your masculinity. Even tough guys gotta blow their nose. I'm a crazy man. That's right. Rito's stealing the blast helmet. He's stealing the blast helmet. Oh. That is a run-shaping item. For better or worse. Alright. We're not going to toss it. I'll tell you that much. We're not going to toss it. With the ability to steal and that, it's swaying me to potentially hit the rat. I think that'd be nice, right? Like, okay, for the bajillionth time for some of you, but for the first time for some of you, because there's a lot of new people. Scattershot makes your shots scatter. You know, look at that. Does hooray! But also you get a damage downgrade, so each bullet does less damage for the same amount of ammo. I think it's like, I don't know. It's a pretty big damage down, but if you hit with every single bullet, you do more damage. Not a lot, but you do more damage. There's some guns that make it really good. There's some guns that like scale really, really well. Like if you hit them 3 times, it does blank. Obviously, something like that is gonna be pretty good with something that just increases the amount of shots you shoot. So there's that. But in situations like this, especially where you see he's getting pushed back away from the rest of the shots, it's kind of, It's working not bad right now, that's for sure. Working not bad for sure. Good deal. And like the damage difference, it's not something we've really noticed until later on. But it's kind of nice right now having the damage be split because the poison is splitting as well. Oh, did we like hit him with one stray shot? Excuse me, sir. Oh. That's good. Oh, that's hot. Oh, that's not. Okay. Rocket bullets. Doesn't help our accuracy, right? Like, I mean, I know it doesn't literally, but with it moving faster, does that give us a slight accuracy up in a way? Like if it's traveling faster? No, it probably doesn't. I could see in some games it would work that way, but I don't think it ends up doing that. But you know what? The damage up is going to be nice. It's the bullet speed up and damage up. I'll take it. Like, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Despite, you know, thinking that Scattershot is mediocre. Like, unfortunately mediocre, I should say. Because it is so fun. I'm excited to get it. Oh. Freak out. Oh, we did it. There's only a 50% chance of that working, to be honest. And that would have been bad. We would have been out our main shop for a lot of floors. Now we gotta go to the rat. Going to the rat, but skipping the secret floors is kind of a bold choice. Dare I say. It's a cool choice. A choice a cool guy would make who who does not fear death. No, not one bit. Not on this streak of... Why am I getting so many mimics? Dear jeez. Elephant gun is Duke. I've gotten like 180 on it. It's not Duke. It's just like... It's not exciting. It just doesn't do quite enough. Amoconda is large enough that I think Scattershot will actually be pretty good. Of course, there's a pot mimic in here. Hey, come on, enter the Y. Gungeon, please. I don't know. I'm getting some bad vibes today, guys. Getting some bad vibes from the game saying, "Get out of here, Rito. You were killing the lich too many times." Pot fairy on the Amoconda fight. Oh, and then just like that, you bring me back. We got ourselves the elephant gun synergy for you, boy. It's not a good synergy, though. It's not a good synergy. Should we buy another key just so we're like set on them? Do we want the banana? We might. With Scattershot, we might. Well, hopefully we do, because we already bought it. Let's answer some questions in the Discord. Link in the description if you want a question answered. Join the Discord. Or if you just want to talk about Gungeon or my channel or whatever the heck you want. You can talk about the weather. I don't care. Whoa! Interesting. Oh, this is working, actually. This is working well? Question mark? I forgot to mention the blast helmet makes it so explosions hurt you in a smaller radius, but it's not as big of a deal. Bird Stem Pack asks, out of all the content in the game, what would you like to see re-implemented? Honestly, the gunslinger character, I dig his model. I think it'd be really cool. I know there's some cut floor type content, and if it was like a side thing, like I don't know. You guys don't want to hear it again, but if it's anything that adds to the length of a run, like an additional hoop to jump through, I'm not interested. Oh, not even worth. But if it was, you know, like a side floor or something, I'd be cool with that. Like I would like going to the sewers a lot more, like I was talking about in the last episode. I guess I didn't fully clear it up. I would like the sewers a lot more if it was just an alternate floor number 2. You know, because it feels so dang wonky. Is that synergy with the Rattler? Iron Stance. Double synergy? Maybe the Elephant Gun will be good right now. It feels so dang wonky for the power curve to have the first floor be the easiest, then go to the sewers, which is probably arguably harder than the 3rd floor, and then to go to the 2nd floor, and then to go to the Abbey of the True Gun, which is arguably, for where it is in the game, on par with or harder than the Forge. Maybe, or at the very least, it's harder than the Hollow. Wow! Wow! So it's just weird. And then after that, you fight the rat. And if you can beat the rat, you can beat the lich. Like, it throws the difficulty scale out of whack. It makes it wonky and kind of trivial. It makes it so you become invested and less invested at strange times. You know, like the peak, and then you do have the option of then going to the Advanced Dragon, where if you can beat the Advanced Dragon, the Lich fight is inconsequential, yet you still feel like you have to go because it's the true end. And I know that could just be a personal thing, like, but no, I mean it's not. It's been proven now. Like, a lot of people have responded, they feel the same, that it's the true end. It's the thing that you have to work towards. Hey, Pental, cool. But it's not even. The synergy isn't even that great, even though it should be, right? In theory, in game theory, this should be one of the ones that's like such an obvious upgrade because it always hits. Anyway. Like, yeah, then you fight the Advanced Dragon, where then, like, he's so much harder than the Lich. But then you go and you feel obligated to do the floor that's arguably the least exciting, you know, with the boss at the end that is quite a bit easier than the Advanced Dragon. It's just, that's my one thing about the game, is that I talk about, is that I think that is a little on the weird side. It's just the alternate flooring idea. I think it's a little strange, because the alternate floors and how they factor into the excitement of your immersion like on each floor, and how long it makes the run to do all of them. A full suite makes the game take like an hour and a half, versus a normal run maybe taking like 40 minutes. So that's like double. I don't know. Which some people, you might be under the, like, this is a whole nother topic. This is a whole nother topic altogether. Welcome back to the Rito Podcast. It's your boy, apparently. Welcome back to the Rito Podcast Hour, where we talk about not the Gungeon, for a long time. And then briefly mention Gungeon-related things every once in a while. Well, we sell this Molotov. Do we have the scope? No. All right. But yeah, it's an entirely different thing altogether about the idea of... We wasted a blank. We need to do the rat. Game length and value. Can we not? Like, I feel like we're moving away from that, right? Like, I want to love Persona 5. And I really like what I have played. But I don't have time. I don't know. I mean, I know other people do. And there's a lot of people who are like, I live for a game that takes 95 hours to complete the main story of Persona 5. That's a daunting task, and that's really, really exciting for those people that can beat it. But that should not be the exclusive, like, you know, kind of, that shouldn't be the goal, I don't think. Like, all 100 hours of that game can't be the best 100 hours. You know, like, there's parts that are better than others. And there's something to be said for, oh my, wait, we don't need a key, we need a blank. Okay, we'll be able to afford that if we don't use a blank in the fight. All right, there's something to be said for that. Like, well, I lost my tangent, god dang it. Rito's podcast hour. But yeah, there's something to be said for, holy moly. I'm not going to talk about this during the boss fight, because there's a health upgrade on the line, and we're going to be doing the rat today. I used my blank. We have shields, so it doesn't matter. But I don't want to use those. Also, we could lose those. I don't think we're going to get hit twice. Like, everything is looking fine. Gotta be careful, he's going to start going crazy here for a second. Oh! Nobody's gonna believe me. Nobody's gonna believe me. Nobody's gonna believe me. My keyboard messed up. Said everyone who's faking, so no one will believe poor old Rito. All right, it's okay. We're not screwed out of the rat. We're fine. We're screwed out of that health upgrade, which kind of eats me up inside a little bit. But we're all good. What were we talking about? What was the thing that I cared about? Oh boy. I was talking about, yeah, okay. The past few years, my favorite game experiences, we need to take this hit like this. My favorite game experiences have all been smaller or just like outrageously captivating, like story experiences that wrap up. Or games that don't technically have an ending. That's where I've been at. Like, I loved Cuphead. Like, the past few years, I've been playing smaller type games. Like, I really loved Minute. I loved Anti-Chamber. I played, even though it didn't come out recently. I played Anti-Chamber and loved it. Obviously, I loved Shadow of the Colossus. Like, none of these games are that huge. Like, the hugest game I played with an ending that I beat was Hollow Knight. And even that, I divided it into 2 major segments. And I don't know if I would have finished it if it weren't for YouTube, knowing myself. Up, down, right. So it's, I don't know, like, and I know that I am not the only, like, style of person, like, I know that people want long games. But people shouldn't want long games because they want their games to be long. They should want it because they want their amount of valuable hours to be long. And I think that that's a thing that people don't realize yet. It's like, your time is valuable. Like, make sure, if you're playing a game for a long time, like, make sure you're enjoying it, you know? Like, at the very least, make sure you're enjoying it. And I don't know. Like, the payoff has to be worth it. Down, right, down, up. So we went down, yeah? Whoop. But I don't want to die because some of these guys are jammed here. Down, up. I hope I did that right. Anywho, I don't know. I really do. I need to start a podcast so I can just like have my full tangents without being completely gutted by a video game that I'm also playing that I need to make sure I don't get bamboozled and die in. But alas, we only have 4 hearts and we're taking on the rat. This is actually slightly ambitious. This heart is likely, potentially gonna matter. I don't know what we're at for curse, but we'll get back on a tangent later. Like, the rat is gonna need our undivided attention. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Ha! Got away with it. Okay. Had to. Shouldn't be using this much of a spread shot weapon from that far away, but... Ah! No! Excuse me. Oh, jeez. God. I don't like this spot. Okay, 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 okay. We're all good. Whew. Please tell me there was indeed a heart. No! No. I wonder if the blank moved it. Interesting, interesting. We could die here. I usually take more damage on the first phase than the second phase, but we could die here. Which is, spooky scary. He's a pretty big boy. So this spread shot should be pretty nice for him. But he's actually, like, his damage model is a lot smaller than you'd think. Excuse me? That sucks. Because that's usually a pretty free phase for me. Okay, don't like this one. Just inch to the side. Stick on the wall. Inch to the side, stick on the wall. We have to do the fabled circle switch. Oh! What on earth? I haven't actually done it that way in a bajillion years. Rat's a pushover, man. Rat's a pushover. Oh. 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 Alright. Excuse me! Uh-oh. I mean, we're fine. We're fine. Alright, punch out. Good deal. We're fine, and then now we're going to have an easier time for the rest of the run. Even if we don't get anything good from here. Oh, shoot. Why is this first phase? It's harder to get perfects off of. So far, so fine. Like, this one is the easiest thing to perfect. I mean, not saying I'll always perfect it or anything. And I'm definitely not going to perfect that because there's no real good reason, I don't think. But that one is just... It's free. Oh. We've got this down to science now. Even if we die at this point, still. Oh, whoop. There comes the free punch. Keep on blocking, keep on blocking. Perfection. Perfect. Boop, boop, boop. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Have mercy. No thanks. See, and that's... Ta-da. Like, that's it. Now the run is easy mode from here, because we got the rat toes already. So I wonder what we're going to get from this. The Deckard. Why is it... It was the Deckard last time. What's up with that? What's up with that? Fill that up. I don't know what else to spread. Okay. Perfect. We've got a key left. Do we go? Do we skip a floor? We skip a health upgrade. I kind of want it. Also, it's just like we still have Scattershot. I don't know. I know I was like I want my runs under a certain amount of time, etc. Yabba yabba yabba. But like, I don't want to feel like it's I don't know. Like, I don't think I'm alone when I say that people don't want to know that they're taking, you know, the suboptimal way. Like, people don't want to know that. But like, they also, if the suboptimal way, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. I might be alone, but I don't know that I don't think I'm definitely not alone. But I think I probably feel it more than others. Chomp, 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 chomp. Pac-Man! That is terrifying. Alright. I wish we had... We haven't had the 360 yes scope in a long time. Ooh, the camera actually is going to be quite good. Damage up in 2 ways. Oh. I don't know. Maybe it's not even that good, though. Coin crown. A little too late for that to be of any interest. But that's all right. That's okay. I didn't want it anyway. But I don't know. Yeah, I think that... I don't know. And I think games are shifting. Open world with filler quests, I think, is on its way out. Like, if you're gonna do that kind of thing, I don't know. Like, I think that people are wanting it less. People are wanting filler less. And if you just want that kind of thing, I feel like people would get a better value out of it in like a... I feel like that's like an MMO environment kind of thing. Like filler-esque quests are, I think, totally acceptable when the main goal of the game is not that. Like, you know, people love World of Warcraft. I loved World of Warcraft. But the vast majority of those quests would be filler quests by my standards in other games. But I feel like, you know, I think it all depends on what the... Okay, I'll take it. What the goal of your game is, like, you know. If it's not storytelling, then it might not matter. But the goal should, at least in part, be engagement, right? Like, it's gotta be, right? These are all obviously very brave and courageous statements that nobody else has, of course. God, this is such an insane gun. But it's fun to use a game that I know so well. Like, I got 700 hours. I'm not like, I'm not ripping the thing apart. You know, I'm not ripping it apart. I love the game, and it does 99% things right, in my opinion. Like, but it's so easy to know the game. I don't know, and I've said this in other videos, stuff like that. I think I said it on Woodpunk. It's I don't critique. I wouldn't critique something that I don't care about. You know, like if I just don't have interest. I don't know. Like, the worst thing a game could be to me is forgettable. Right? Like, I don't know. And if you have critiques, but they come from a place of, like, you want the game to succeed, or you want to, like, learn from it and stuff for the future, I think that, you know, that's... I'd rather something sit with me, you know? It's like the art argument. Like, you don't have to love it, but that doesn't make it not art, you know? Even things that seem like, that's so stupid, that can't possibly be art. It's like, yeah, I mean, it can be. It's just art you don't like. God dang it. I'm not going to die because I have the pig, but I need to get my act together here. I'm busy in podcast mode. But yeah, like, I don't know. Just because you don't get it, or maybe don't even appreciate it, or maybe even though you were checked and you were not a mimic. This tentacle can't find mimics. Lesson learned. Oh my god, too fast. But yeah, like, just because you don't like it, understand it, or appreciate it does not mean it's not art. It doesn't mean it's not achieving its goal. You know? Like, sometimes a lot of artists, I mean, this does not really apply to games as much, because you're crafting an experience. Only the most experimental of games go for this vibe. The vibe of actively trying to create something that is challenging to play, or hard, like, it feels challenging. The biggest thing I can think of, I'm on like 2 tangents at the same time while I'm fighting kill killers here, so forgive me if something goes wrong. But yeah, it's like, okay, back to the art thing. I'll hit on that first. Like, some artists want to create art that intentionally makes you upset, or like, you know, like, I don't have any great examples off the top of my head, but like, they want to make something upsetting because they want you to think about that instead of, like, you know, instead of something positive. They have a message that's negative. They think it'll be more powerful if it's poignant in a sad way, something like that. The closest thing I can think is, like, there's super indie games, like really, really indie games that way, that they exist. I don't know a ton of them. I don't know really any of them because they're not very commercial, which is, you know, yeah, for better or worse, a very big part of making a video game. It's you're making something that has to be interactable, and most people don't like spending money on something that is unpleasant, barring horror movies. But most people don't like to. Did I just blank in there twice? But the best I can think is there are horror, like, a lot of horror games do take some note with this in their mechanics. Like, the best example I can think of is, like, Resident Evil, making it challenging to turn around, you know, in a way. Like, it's slightly immersion breaking, and honestly, it feels a little bad, a lot of the horror, like, but that's kind of the point. The game wants you to feel helpless. So in a sense, you're playing something that's trying to, you know, trying to make you feel unpleasant, trying to make you feel like, you know, people put ice in games because ice is unpleasant to move on, intentionally making something less fun than it was supposed to be, you know, because it wants to create a vibe. What does this tangent mean? It doesn't matter. I don't have to explain myself to you. I'm just hoping maybe somebody, maybe my like couple thoughts scattered around, something resonated with you, my point. But what I guess, I don't know. I don't know where I started. I don't know where I'm ending. If there was not a game here, I'm sure I'd have a better idea. But this game is now on autopilot. We have all the rat stuff, and we have Hero Pig. We missed with all of that. Oh, what? But, I don't know. In theory, make sure your game is valuable for the, you know, like, filler is filler. And it's fine in some experiences where, you know, like, you might want some quests to feel like a slog on purpose. You might want... Ooh, you might want carrying the escort quest character to feel like a slog. That's exciting, because you might want somebody to feel like a burden. You want to feel like you're strong or something like that. I don't know, but I don't think there's a lot of reasons for filler quests. Maybe in like social environments, stuff like that, or just filler quests or filler content or reusing stuff. That, not saying that the secret floors on Gungeon are filler content, but I guess that's what my point was, going back to that, is it kind of, unfortunately, I like the regular run, sans Undertale, no, sans most of the extras, because it's a normal curve, a normal difficulty curve. Throughout the entire thing, it makes sense. It's a average. I'm just gonna take that average slope, barring maybe a couple bosses that might be a little bit too hard for their floor. So it's a nice experience, but I feel like going to do all the floors on the same run is, to me, the sort of kind of feeling I get from playing a game that I think went on longer than it should have. Because I would rather have 40 minutes of, like, a great, interesting, unique run than an hour and 30 where, like, maybe I end up getting an hour's worth of value. Boop, 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 instead of 40 minutes of value. But I also get, you know, some stuff that feels like filler to me. Whether or not it actually is, like, I know you can pick and choose what you do and stuff too. I don't know. Nah, we're preaching on too much tangent territory. But I think that's why I went on that tangent. That's where I wrapped it up. That's all I'm getting at. I would rather be fully into it for 40 minutes than mostly into it for an hour 20 or whatever. And yeah, I know there's some runs that can go out of control if you get that much stuff, but also if you go to more floors, you get more items. And you might be like, but Rito, that's a good thing. Like, yes, you're right, in a way. Let me tell you why you're also a little wrong. Because there's a set amount of items in the game, and if you only have, if you have twice as many items, your runs are gonna feel closer together because you have more of the same options at your disposal every run, you know? So in a way, having, oh boy, a little bit more of a limited pool of items and stuff you can use, it really does make the run feel more unique, because you might have to use some stuff that's not perfect. The run might be a little bit more difficult. Humans usually want difficult. Maybe not consciously, but humans usually want difficult. Boy, oh boy, this is a podcast. Oh. Humans usually want difficult, and humans almost always want novelty. Gobbledygook. What do we have for curse? I've got no clue. We've stolen it quite a bit. Now, Abyssal Tentacle Synergy. Alright, this run's, it's just, like, officially completely easy now. Like, it was before, but now it's, whoa, oh. Why aren't we bouncing off? Should we be using this? I feel like we probably have something better. This does the status effects. I don't know if that's the thing that matters here. Oh, I got heavy boots. That's why. Sound is off. Huh. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff getting out of sync here. I'm cool with it. It makes for interesting novelty. My buzzword. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Anywho. In summation, retromation, podcast. No, in summation, yeah. I think the secret floors. They accidentally make things a little more samey in a way. If you just made it so the sewers was alt floor 2, added the shoot gun was alt floor 3, then you brought the rat, then you brought the advanced dragon, something like that. If you did that, you could choose between the two different runs with logical power curves, where you're just as interested the whole time instead of like my huge red flag that I stopped caring about anything related to the game the second I beat the rat. Like if that is just not like the exact, you know, the exact point of my conversation, like personified, not personified, but like in one swift idea right there. I don't know what is. Like that's exactly what I'm talking about. Cause like the rat was our trial. The rest of the run is not. We got way too much good stuff. The rat's gonna definitely be the closest call of the run. Let's answer a different question. Oh my god. Crazy Darkrai 88. What is the most out there game you've played compared to the game genres you play? Compared to the game genre I play. Ooh, interesting. I wonder if people think that I only like one genre. I don't really play roguelikes if I'm not recording. Realist of talks. At this exact moment, I don't play a lot of anything when I'm not recording right now because of time constraints, but yeah, no, I don't really play roguelikes off camera right now. If I play roguelikes, I just feel like I should be recording them, so I do. But to answer, I'd say maybe favorite game that's in a surprising genre. Like I've gone on record saying in past, like sports games aren't really my jam, but NBA Street 2 was indeed my jam. But probably only because it's like relatively cartoonish for a sports game. That maybe is the most surprising one. Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know what else would be surprising for me for anyone who like has followed me for a while. Like I love Nintendo. Like I love like Kirby's Epic Yarn. Hit me up. Like stuff, anything. Just like I don't know if Kirby's Epic Yarn would be surprising. Like it depends. Nothing sounds surprising to me because I feel like I've made it pretty known that I love a variety, like a wild variety. I pride myself on it. I pride myself on not shutting myself out of any game or genre until I give it a chance. Because I think there's something to be learned in all of it. Like, yeah, there's some that I might say that I probably won't like this, but I will try it. Like that's just where I'm at. It's like, am I gonna like it? Some situations, like, will I will I like? I don't know. I don't even know what game to say I wouldn't like. Would I like Madden? I bet you I could find some things to like about it. I think that, you know, like maybe the managing the team aspect, treating it like a strategy game for the career. Yeah, I probably would even like that, despite me really not caring about football. Sorry, American football. Sorry, American football. Like, I don't care about it at all. But I would maybe like Madden. I could definitely find something to like. I think I could. And I think more people should be willing to accept. Like, yeah, you probably know yourself and you know what you'll like, but I bet you there's at least 1 or 2 genres out there that you would like a lot more than you think. You know? Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Okay. Anyway. When am I actually starting a podcast? like Gungeon's become the podcast, and I think that's fine. Like, we're waiting on new content, man. We're waiting on new content, indeed. Let's get in there with that pack, boy. We have to get in and out to... I'm confused. Oh, big boy! Should have waited for the cooldown there. We haven't not used our supply drop. We haven't needed it. We have not needed it. Can we, like... It seems like this is going crazy. Like if we just go in and out because of the heavy boots? Interesting. Boop, boop. We have 6 full heart containers and the pig. If we manage to lose all 6 of those, we would have 6 more. And the shield. Peasy. Oh, thought that was going to be... Yeah. I can't tell. I mean, we should be shooting, but I was just trying to see if I could figure it out. I can't tell if there's a way to cheese it. So you actually do like a baloney load of damage. Oh, bye-bye. Oh, insane. Oh, the poison, the invisible poison. Ah, ha, ha. Sad. Oh, I did it again. I'm gonna hurt myself. Whap. Whap. In with that Ellie fan. See ya later. Lich green. He's green, alligator. We are on a streak of 165. Oh man. I don't think we're gonna make it to 200 by the time the update comes out. I've got vibes. I feel like it's not far out. I feel like it's not that far out. At the very least, I don't think it's... I feel like it's not more than 35 days out, which is what it would take to be on a 200 streak. We'll see. Oh, baby. That run was nuts. That run was nuts. Nothing to say. Nothing to say. That is going to do it for today. Subscribe for more daily Enter the Gungeon videos. Make this your #1 source for Gungeon materials when the new update comes out. Hey, twitch.tv/retromation. I'm going to be streaming over there quite a bit, especially when the new update comes out as well. You know, get followed there, so when that comes out, you know where to find content like all the time. You know, either here or there. But yeah, Discord for questions. If you have something you want me to go on a tangent on in the video, you might get an entire video based around your question. Today's anything to really go off of. But that's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you. See you next time.